Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another preview Montreal Canadiens, game number 57. Today, the Montreal Canadiens finished the road trip of 5 games. They play in Vancouver and the game start at 10:30. So join me tonight for another live stream play-by-play. So don't go nowhere. I'm going to give you everything you need to know about the game between the Bleu Blanc Rouge versus the Canucks. But before we start, right here, we are six subscribers to get the 4,000. Hopefully we can do it tonight. And finally, please click on the like if you enjoyed this video. And finally, of course, tell me your prediction or your comments about the game between the Montreal Canadiens versus the Vancouver Canucks. Let's dive in what you need to know, all the information. I'm going to delete this. Let's dive in here and let's see what we have for you. The preparation. The first thing we want to talk, of course, the game start, like I mentioned, 10:30 tonight at in Vancouver. If you live like me and USA, the game is on the TNT Sport all over the place in USA. The Montreal Canadiens, they won the last 2 games like the Vancouver Canucks. They are also 7-3-0, both of the team. Unfortunately, Montreal are 8 in the Classic and also the 31 in the standing. Then for the Montreal Canadiens, they also have a record of 15 and 34 and 7. On the road, they are 7-17-6. For the Vancouver Canucks, with the coach, Bruce Boudreau, they are 6 in the Pacific Division, where this is a very important game for the Canucks to stay in the race of the playoff. 28-23-6, they won the last 2 games, like I mentioned. It's finished on -1. 7-3-0 last game. At home, they are 12-10-3. Montreal Canadiens, they are at the bottom for the power play versus the 15 for the Vancouver Canucks. They always have a great power play over there. Penalty kill, both of them struggle. Vancouver are worse than Montreal. They are the last in NHL. The goals for 23rd for the Vancouver, 2.82. Montreal last at 2.41. And they are also last for the goal again. And they are 2.84 goal against for the Vancouver, 12 in NHL. Shot for 13 for Vancouver in NHL. Montreal 24th. Face off, great for the Vancouver, 10. And Montreal have, they are 33 in NHL. The leader for the Montreal is now 40 points. At that moment, 10 points in the last 5 games. Anderson still at 15 goals. Allen and Montembeault have, of course, 5 W. Chariot is at 23-25. This is the last game of Chariot. JD Miller dominate everything for the Vancouver, 63 points with 22 goals. And Quinn Hughes is right now at 25 over for the 2. I apologize. I put Koskinen there, but unfortunately it's Demko, and I apologize for that one over there. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, of course, shopping up. What you need to know, honestly, is at 10:30 the game in Vancouver. We expect Montembeault versus Demko tonight. The last 5 games, Montreal is 4-1-0. Differential of +5. The power play a little bit better, 3-17. They score. And the last 3 games, at least each one with a goal. The PK, 6-20. Zuski, like I mentioned, 10 points with 4 goals, 6 assists. And also Kulak is at +6 in the last 5 games. The play against Vancouver, being honest with you, is keep them outside the house. They have a team drive a lot in front of the net, and they want to be sure they don't give that area finally out of the penalty box because the power play is very strong. And finally, forecheck out on the defenseman where like Quinn Hughes, if you can push him, play against him, where the battle is going to be more an advantage for your team. The player you have to watch for the Vancouver guys is Elias Pettersson. Have a great second half of the season so far with Bo Horvat. Of course, we have also JD Miller with Brock Bowser and Connor Garland. Of course, the defenseman Quinn Hughes. The next thing is the last 10 games for the Montreal Canadiens, 7-3-0. The differential is only -3. Power play 4-34, and the PK is 8-37. And it's the Frenchy quiz, game number 57. We have already a new chance for the Montreal Canadiens roster. Jake Evans and Paul Biron return, and they are out Perrault and Becerra. The Montreal Canadiens sent Laval Schoenemann. It was supposed to be a day-to-day with game decision for Jeff Petrie. For what we know at that moment, the recording, Jeff Petrie is in the lineup tonight. Montembeault should be between the pipes for the Montreal Canadiens. Price skate for 45 minutes today with a coach in Montreal. Weber role, what are you talking about? They're supposed to give a new role, and Shea Weber, it was not too much mentioned, but this is all about Shea Weber if you want to accept. We know a lot of conversation went out to maybe trade Shea Weber. I'm going to talk about this the next video for sure. Most difficult game to win is always the last game on the road. They are run out 3-1-0. They possibly come back home 4-1-0. But they are in Vancouver since like Sunday. And this may be play against them. Wait for that game for so long. We'll be interesting how they're going to react. But honestly, this game is not going to be easy. That's what Martin Saint-Louis talked about this morning during the press conference. Now, with Evans and Biron, Pitlick's going to be with them for the third line. So that will be play all together. Abs win the last 7 of the 8 game, and they are 8-4 and under Martin Saint-Louis, and play, of course, 12 game for the head coach. The special team is better. We know, like I mentioned, it was struggle and last like 10 game, but now they score 1 goal for the last 3 game, and the PK overall, they are getting a little bit better. So this very important Montreal can add this because they're doing well 5 versus 5 on Evans' strength. So if they can have that kind of another additional 1 goal per game on the special team, they don't give goal, that'll give them a better chance to win, to be honest with you. Stop Canucks is honestly the power play, like the Oilers. What are you talking about? Like the Oilers, they move the puck, they use a little bit we call this the overload, not the umbrella. So they use the hash mark, the goal line, and in front of the net, the bumper. So they use a lot of things like this. Then on the one-timer, if they use the umbrella, they're going to use a lot Elias Pettersson on the under side. But usually they use Horvat, honestly, with J.D. Miller and Bo Horvat on those 3 areas I was talking about the shot for the goal line. So that's what would be interesting, and they are really good. Their PK is one of the top 15 in NHL. Canucks homestand. They play the next 7 games at home, and they are on the race for the playoff right now. They are only 2 points behind Edmonton, 6 points, I believe, for the to be at the third and behind Vegas. But still, this is really important game for the Canucks. Start the homestand on the right foot and maybe win those games to catch up. They still have a chance, honestly, to be a part of the playoff. Still, you never know what could happen. The Pacific is really not weak, but it's up and down all the time, and a little bit of the same things going on with the Central. So really be important for the Vancouver. They can win tonight. I want to mention today was a great news. Guy Lafleur, we know he have right now with that's not doing well. We are on the health side. Received the Order of the Hockey in Canada in 2022 for their outstanding contribution to hockey. Congratulations, the Flower. One of my, honestly, my biggest star, my role. I was always my favorite players, to be honest with you, Guy Lafleur. So congratulations. We know he battled a cancer, so we wish the best for Guy Lafleur. But great to hear that, and we wish the best for to recovery and maybe fight and battle and also win the cancer he has. The head-to-head for the Montreal Canadiens tonight, like I do here all the time. I show this to you. I'm not go all the way with you guys here. Pause the video, check about this. This is the head-to-head team. Then you have the offense shooting, a little bit advantage, the Canucks Vancouver versus the Montreal Canadiens. Then we have, of course, the defense and the goaltending situation for the Vancouver. A little bit better, honestly, the goal again. Then you have the play driving between both teams. A little bit all other categories are advantage the Vancouver Canucks. Finally, this is the roster for the Montreal Canadiens. Like I mentioned to you now, Armia play with Nikonen and Rand Poland for line, even Pitlick and Byron together. Hoffman, Dauphin, Gallagher, no change. And then Anderson, Ziski, and Cole Caulfield. Now, the right defenseman, we put Shinneman there, but he was returned. It would be B3. Again, he's going to be with Kolak, and he's going to be Romanov, Ishariak, Glagu with Whiteman. That's what we expect tonight. The next thing I want to mention is the roster for the Vancouver Canucks. Miller, Bowser, Pearson together. Aucklander with Peterson, Gallant, Chasson, Horvat, and Pat Colson is there with Lemico and Malte at the bottom of the four line. Lawson play with Myers, Shen with Hughes, Hunt with Harmonic. This is the roster for the Vancouver Canucks. Guys, game number 57, and we'll see how Montreal is going to do it. They are 3-1-0 during their trip of 5 games. This is the last game. Can they return 4-1 or 3-2? Whatsoever happening tonight, I think, is a success trip for the Montreal Canadiens. Not many people, fans first, and expert gave Lee's more at 2W. They already did it. So it will be interesting how they're going to respond again, the Vancouver Canucks, after they honestly had 3 days off. And then they return right away after the game in Montreal. They are off Thursday, Friday. They have played 2 games this weekend, back-to-back, again, the Seattle Kraken, and also Sunday, the Flowers. So I'll be live tonight. Don't forget to join me at 9 o'clock for the preview, pre-game, Montreal Canadiens, 60 minutes with you. Then we're jumping. We return at 10:30 for the live stream, play-by-play. I can't wait to see you with me tonight. Until then, we want to remind you, of course, you have greatness inside of you. And I can't wait to see you for the next video with the hockey coach guru, Coach Frenchie.